Welcome to puzzle piece number 5, where we're going to cover how to send an intake form request to your client. Now, the way that you do that is you go under Settings and then Manage Projects. Once you get into the Manage Projects area, what you're going to notice is if you scroll down just a little bit under this customer login information, what you can do is you can click on this Send Customer Intake Form Request link. And then if you right click on this, you're going to see some options here, which is to open a link in a new tab. And so you can check it out to see what it looks like by doing that. And this is what it looks like when you bring it up. You can have your logo up here and you can have it all branded and stuff like that. But if you just want to take a quick look at it, this is a nice way to do it. So let's go back here. Now this is the email that's going to be sent out to the customer. And you can see here it says, to allow us to properly set up your marketing, we need you to fill out the customer profile form. And it goes so on and so forth. You can edit it right here if you want to, but this is basically a link right here that will automatically log them in and put them into the customer profile page, which looks just like this. So it dumps them right into the profile area so they don't have to navigate around and find it, things like that. And so if they want to log in manually, they can go here and they can log in with their username and password. And then it has the project manager's name at the end here. So once you click on Submit Customer Profile Request, it sends it to this email address right here, Frank at Frank Brazil Plumbing right here. And it sends it from you@you.com, which is your email, or the project manager's email rather. And so what you can do is send request. Now, one thing that you can notice right here is the project manager's email. Now, when you click on Submit Customer Profile Request, what's going to happen is there's going to be a trigger that's set in our system that in 2 days, it's going to remind the user, the customer, to go back and fill in any of the fields that are required but are not filled out yet. So the email kind of goes along like this. It says, hey, I was just looking at your project in our system and notice that the following fields are still not filled out, blah, blah, blah. It lists the fields. And then it says, for us to get started on your project, we really need these to be filled out. Can you jump in here? And it gives them this link right here and the login information to please fill out these forms. Thanks, and let me know if you need some help. And then it says the project manager's name. And then what it does is 2 days later, it does the same thing. It's worded a little bit differently, but the gist is the same. And then 2 days later, so they get 3 notices, 2 days apart, so days 2, 4, and 6. And then on day 7, so 7 full days after you send the initial request, the project manager is sent an email or text or both, depending on their preferences, that the customer is having problems filling out the intake form and that you should reach out and help them out. And so it's kind of a set and forget kind of a thing once you send off the initial email so that you can know that the customer is getting reminded on a pretty regular basis to fill out this form so you can get started. And then as soon as the form is filled out properly, we check like 3 or 4 times a day. What happens is an email or a text is sent to the project manager saying, hey, the intake form request has just been filled out properly. It's time to start the project. So it's a nice reminder system and alerting system to just kind of set it and forget it. So let's pretend like we sent this out. Now the user, the customer, this is what they see when they first log in. Now there's a couple of things that you should know, which is how to customize this. So I wanted to take just a minute, not to go into too much depth, but basically show you how you can customize these things, because you may want to add some fields in here. You may not want to collect some information in here like the cPanel or WordPress information, things like that. Maybe that's not important to you. And so what I want to do is show you how to, and also how to replace this video on explaining how this works, because you may want to just brand this to your own company and do your own video so they hear your voice, that kind of a thing, which is just fine. And so let me show you real quick on how to customize that. So if you come in here under Settings and then Customization Settings, what you're going to see here is Customize Intake Form. And when you click that, it comes up to all of the different items. This is just a general list. It's not in any particular order of all the items that you can put into your intake form. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is choose a type of field that you want to add in here. There's many different types of fields. You can choose a text area. This is just like a line of text. text area drop-down menu, a multi-select menu, so if you want to have a drop-down menu that you can choose multiple items, a checkbox, a radio button where you can toggle between different items, a rule, which is just a line across the page. It's just for decoration and for separating areas. And then custom HTML. You can just put a block of HTML in there. So if you want to put in like a block of explanation text or add a picture of some kind or anything like that, you can put that in there to totally customize the entire intake form the way you want it. We also have some predefined fields in here that have some coding behind it, which is payment options, and it's a bunch of check boxes that have some functionality in there. Some social media accounts that have drop-down boxes there. Images, so you can upload it, and a company logo, so you can upload a company logo. And so you can add these if you choose. Now, once you go into adding let's just add a text box here real quick. So I'm just going to click on this. And what will happen is you can see that there's a title for the field. We can see, let's just call this one text field. And then you can give it the field a name. And this up here is just to keep track of it in this list right here. This is what the customer is going to see. So let's call this one customer hours on Sunday. You know, it could be anything you want. And you can put a default value in here if you want to pre-populate it with a value. Here's an example, like if you want to say Sunday 9 to 5, kind of like that. So what that'll do is it'll put like a little example above the box. And it says, what checklist item do you want to populate to? What you can do is you can go over, I don't want to get into it right now, but you can go into the training right here, and you can watch the video that is that's been recorded for this page, and you can see exactly how to populate what checklist item to populate to. But basically what it means is that you can take the information the customer puts it in here, and you can put it right into the checklist automatically when they fill it out. So it's kind of a nice way to move over information without having to copy and paste it over. And then right here, this option right here is, would you like to tag this field with one of these main fields, like is this the address or the city, state, zip, any of these right here? Because if it is, what we need to do is know that that's what field it is, so we can use it in other parts of the system. We can check right here if it's mandatory, and here's some help tests that you can put underneath the field there. So if you want to say, please fill this out with the best way you can put it in here as some help text, or some help text rather. And then we're ready to go on that one. And it's automatically saved right here. And so so basically what we can do here is add as many fields and types of fields and then arrange them on the next page. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this one because we're not going to use it. Now this button up here is if you remove some of these fields in here and you kind of want them back, you can just click on Add Template Fields, and it'll just bring back all the default template fields that are provided to you when you first log in. Now you can click on here to show and hide fields. And so basically what this is you can choose, you can set up different groups and agencies and create different forms for each of them. I'm not going to get into it too much, but watch your training. But this is how you can either show or hide based on which group. For instance, if you say all agencies, you can see right here that you can see everything for all agencies in here. If we go down to search matrix, let's see if there's any that are not chosen. Let's go to SEO client. I guess they're all for everything. But you could definitely just take these off right here for this SEO client. And you can see right here, this is where you can customize by putting in a YouTube video. You can see here's an example of what you put in there to show to your customer at the very top right here. So once you put that YouTube link in there, when you click on here, the YouTube video will play instead of the one that we, just the default one that we have in there. So that is how you kind of customize the fields and what to show. And then of course right here, you can order the fields. You can put them in any order you want. And so if you choose a group in here like this one, you can see that here's all the fields in here in what order they're in. You can just move, click and drag them around. It's drag and drop. So I don't want to get into it too much, but that's how you customize the intake form so you can make it exactly the way that you want it for your customers. And so For more details, of course, jump over here on the training and you can see exactly how to make all this work. So that is how we send off the customer intake form to the client. And then what we do is we just wait until we get the text back saying, hey, the client's filled out the customer intake form. And it sends it back, remember, when all of the required fields are filled out. So we'll check those for you and send you a text or an email, whatever your preference is, as soon as that's done so you know when to get started. I hope this helps, and let's jump on to piece number 6.